Dean Wardell Stephen Curry, II, was born on March 14, 1988, in Akron, Ohio, but he grew up mostly in Charlotte, North Carolina. His father, Del Curry, was a sharpshooter in the NBA, a respected player with a smooth stroke. His mother, Sonia Curry, was a volleyball standout and college athleticism ran in the family. Stephen wasn't the only athlete kid. His younger brother Seth also grew into a gifted basketball player, third growing up. Stephen watched his father warm up after games, practice late at night, knocking down three-pointers over and over. That wasn't just a routine, it was a lesson. He learned early that greatness is not magic, it's repetition, discipline, and heart. Bet. But life wasn't always glamorous. The Currys didn't have the kind of wealth that many modern NBA stars inherit. Stephen didn't grow up in a mansion, he didn't have a private jet. He had a home, love, and the example of hard work from his parents. His childhood was grounded in real life, road trips, summer camps, local gyms, quiet hours in the backyard shooting into a makeshift hoop. Feedy. Even as a kid, Stephen was different. He was quiet, polite, humble, not the flashy kid some assumed a future NBA star must be. He loved video games, reading, and hanging out with his father in the gym more than chasing social media attention. His parents shielded him from overexposure. They didn't hype him up. They taught him to work, to earn, to grow. Stephen's basketball journey began at an early age. He played youth leagues, AAU teams, and for his school. But because of his size, he was smaller than many of his peers, and his unassuming build, some scouts overlooked him. He didn't have the body of a typical high school powerhouse. He had a guard's frame, a shooter's wrist, and a brain that thought faster than most. Despite that, he kept improving. On the playground, in his backyard, in gymnasiums under harsh fluorescent lights, he studied his father's moves, mimicked his shot, tried to feel when to release the ball. His form matured, his shot became more consistent, and his basketball IQ deepened. After high school, Stephen had several college offers. He chose Davidson College, a mid-major program, because he believed in the challenge. He wanted to be seen for his talent, not just his name. At Davidson, he exploded onto the national stage. In his freshman year, he averaged over 20 points per game, remarkable for a small school guard. But it was during the 2008 NCAA tournament that the world began to notice him. Clutch shots, fearless drives, a calm under pressure. He led Davidson deep into the tournament, upsetting nationally ranked teams. His performances were electric, poetic, and impossible to ignore. C.H. Davidson. He didn't just score, he carried. He was unselfish, always looking to make the right play. He passed, he dribbled, he pulled up from way beyond the arc. He made his teammates better, he defied expectations. He earned respect. By the end of his college career, he shattered scoring records, won awards, and proved that heart and skill could rewrite the narrative. Scouts who once doubted him now saw a future star. Every time he stepped on the court, he made a statement, he belonged. From those early years came the core traits that define Stephen Curry to this day. Relentless work ethic. He practices more, studies more, shoots more. Humility. He remembers where he came from, who helped him, and why he plays. Vision. He doesn't just see the next shot, he sees the next generation. Fearlessness. He may be undersized, but he plays like a giant. Fucking gratitude for family, for opportunity, for every moment on the court. Stephen's story from a small kid in North Carolina to a college phenom wasn't just about scoring points. It was about building character, carving belief, and setting the stage for something greater. When Stephen Curry entered the NBA in 2009, he wasn't celebrated as the next LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, or Kevin Durant. He didn't tower over defenders. He didn't have the muscle-packed body of a dominant scorer. He was the quiet rookie with a boyish face, a slim frame, and a jumper too pretty to ignore. Steel. But behind that smile was steel. Behind that frame was fire. Fears, and behind those eyes was a vision that would someday reshape the entire sport. Draft night. The moment everything changed. Selected 7th overall by the Golden State Warriors, Stephen walked onto the NBA stage with humility, new theatrics, just focus, determination, gratitude. Effort. But even draft night wasn't smooth. Several teams doubted him. Some even wanted him to play shooting guard, Others questioned if he was too fragile to survive the league. He wasn't chosen because he fit the mold. He was chosen because he was born to break it. Sirens. When he arrived in Oakland, the Warriors weren't the dynasty they would one day become. They were struggling, disorganized, and still searching for an identity. But deep down, Stevens sensed something. This was the place where he could rewrite destiny. Curry's first NBA season showed glimpses of unprecedented potential. His shooting was pure, controlled, effortless, a form perfected since childhood. But more than that, he played with joy, a contagious joy that spread through teammates and fans. He wasn't loud, he wasn't flashy, he simply made magic with a basketball. Still, the Warriors weren't winning much yet. They lacked structure, and Curry lacked the confidence from coaches who didn't fully understand what they had. But beneath the surface, Steven was planting seeds of revolution. Strankle nightmare, the struggle that almost ended everything. Between 2011 and 2013, Stephen Curry lived through a nightmare every athlete fears. Chronic ankle injuries, sprain after sprain, surgery after surgery, pain, frustration, and doubt. Some analysts publicly claimed he'd never stay healthy. Some executives said the Warriors should trade him. Some even whispered that he wouldn't last 5 years in the league. And truthfully, there were nights he feared they might be right. Standing on the edge of greatness, only to have your own body betray you. Imagine working your entire life for this moment, only to watch it slip away with every twist of your ankle. Stephen Curry isn't built like most players. His superpower was never just his shot, it was his resilience. He rebuilt himself from the ground up. New training, new conditioning, new ankle mechanics. He trained endlessly, fought through rehab, and strengthened every fiber of his lower body. He refused to let injuries write his story. See, the breakthrough season. When Curry took over the league, then came the transformation. In the 2012 to 2013 season, everything clicked. The shot that dazzled college fans became a weapon of mass destruction. Deep threes, off-thigh-dribble threes, transition threes, step-back threes, logo threes, shots that coaches used to call bad shots suddenly became the new standard. Curry wasn't just shooting, he was reinventing the geometry of basketball. Defenses had to stretch farther than they ever had. Point guards had to guard higher. Coaches had to redesign entire game plans. See, he wasn't playing the game, he was rewriting it. Curry magic wasn't just talent, it was evolution. Splash Brothers are born. Klay Thompson entered the league, and together, they became something the NBA had never seen. Two elite shooters on the same team, both fearless, both precise, both unguardable. Flash together, they created the Splash Brothers, a duo built on skill. Humility, teamwork, and the kind of unselfish energy that made basketball more beautiful. No drama, no ego, no conflict. Just two artists painting masterpieces from beyond the arc. Steven, always smiling, always locked in, was the conductor. Steve. When Steve Kerr became head coach in 2014, everything aligned. Kerr understood Steven's uniqueness. He didn't try to box him into old-school roles. He didn't limit his creativity or shrink his range. He said one thing: be yourself. And that unleashed the warrior within him. System around movement, spacing, screens, freedom, confidence, and it all flowed through Curry's gravity. Defenders were drawn to him, like planets to the sun, opening space for everyone else. Curry became the catalyst for a dynasty. Date in 2015. Stephen Curry won his first MVPs, but it was just the beginning. In 2016, he became the first unanimous MVP in NBA history, finishing a season that shattered logic. 73-9 record. Most threes ever. Scoring champ, a global phenomenon. Sixth, he wasn't just a great shooter anymore. He was a legend, a revolution, a generational force who proved that heart can outweigh height, that precision can overpower brute strength. And he did all of it with grace, humility, and joy. Stephen Curry net worth, properties, and earnings. Stephen Curry isn't just a basketball legend, he's also built a massive financial empire through his talent, branding, and smart investments. Estimated net worth, $180, $200 million. 30 as of 2025, including salaries, endorsements, and investments. NBA earnings, over $150 million from Golden State Warriors contracts. Playoffs and championship bonuses included. Endorsements and sponsorships. Under Armour, one of the most lucrative deals in sports, with signature shoes generating tens of millions annually. Fanatics, Callaway, Brita, Chase, Degree, and more. Multiple seven-figure contracts, brand collaborations, and limited edition merchandise add millions each year. Real estate, mansion in Atherton, California, estimated $40 million. Other properties, Los Angeles, Charlotte, vacation estates, fears, and lifestyle. Collection includes high-end sports cars and eco-friendly luxury vehicles. Private investments in tech and startups. Stephen's net worth isn't just a number, it's a reflection of discipline, foresight, and the power of excellence on and off the court. Stephen Curry's story is a reminder that greatness doesn't require intimidation. It requires heart, vision, and relentless dedication. From a small kid practicing in backyard hoops to a global superstar redefining basketball, Stephen didn't just follow the path, he created it. He inspires millions, not only with his shots, but with his humility, his leadership, and the joy he brings to the game. Second, and perhaps the most important lesson of all, it's not the height of the player that matters. It's the size of his heart and the courage to shoot when others doubt him. Stephen Curry is proof that with passion, persistence, and precision, you can change the game and the world forever. From of ashes to legend. Every story has a rhythm. You just have to listen deeply.
To be continued.